What is up, ladies and gents, Ghost here, and today I've got a video about the hover mode in the F-35 jet in BF4. Some of you may know this, some of you may not, but you can actually hover around if you get them to a low enough speed. So the jet engine on the back turns downwards, it generates thrust, and thus you can take off, you can land, you can hover around and shoot people, as you see me doing here in the back of the video. So to actually do this, the mechanics have changed somewhat since in Battlefield 3. Back then, all you had to do was slow the F-35 down enough and the hover mode would engage. But now in BF4, you actually have to engage the landing mechanism. So if you're in mid-air, you can only slow the jet down to a minimum of a speed of around 200. Once you get close enough to the ground, the landing wheels come down and the hover mode will automatically kick in and your speed will be slowed to around 50. Now once you're in hover mode, you sort of hover around using the mouse and the WASD keys or your thumbstick on your controller, and if you hold downwards, that will actually generate upward thrust. So the way that you gain altitude is by keeping the jet level to the ground and holding the S key on the keyboard, or I suppose it will be pulling down on the thumbstick or up, depending on if you had it inverted or not. So you can actually stay hovering around if you get good at it. You can strafe around targets and you can shoot at them, and this definitely has its advantages, but it also has its disadvantages. To talk a bit about the aforementioned advantages, you can actually land pretty easily. One of the biggest problems for me in BF3 is I would land in one of the jets, I would be, disabled, I would land and repair, but then I would have this minute piece of foliage in front of me preventing me from taking off. And that's what makes the F-35 so awesome, because you can land in hover mode. It doesn't matter what's around you, you can first hover up in the air when you take off and then zoom off over the horizon. So here you can see me playing on Dawnbreaker. Special thanks to Gromek, who volunteered to be shot in the face by myself, so thanks to him for helping out there. But that was really just to demonstrate how powerful these jets can actually be in hover mode, and there's no better map to do it on. In fact, sometimes I wonder why DICE even implemented the stealth jets on a map like this. To me, it's very similar to Siege of Shanghai. There's lots of skyscrapers, so it's great for helicopters. They've got so many obstacles to sort of weave in and out of to get rid of lock-ons and that sort of thing. But it's absolutely terrible for jets. If you're doing a run-by in the jet at a speed of like 3 or even 400, you barely get any airtime to actually try and take anybody out. And even if you're just trying to lock onto an enemy heli and take him down, he can so easily lose your lock-on by darting behind a skyscraper. So that's really why I started fiddling around with the hover mode in this map to see if I could get any work done on the enemy, and as you can see, it kind of has mixed results. It does allow you to have much more airtime to take somebody down, but the disadvantage is that you will be literally a sitting duck. So one RPG, a tank shell, a heat seeker, a stinger, anything is pretty much going to take you down, and you hover around very slowly, as you can see, so you're not exactly difficult to hit. So bear that in mind, guys, if you go and try this out. You really want to get in, hover around, try and kill somebody and get out ASAP. It definitely will take the enemy team by surprise, and I've even tried here to get a couple of rogue kills that didn't quite go as I planned, but just bear that in mind that you will be a sitting duck, so don't hang around. So I hope you found this one useful, guys. I just wanted to throw that out there because I know a lot of people realise this probably from playing Battlefield 3, but it's more prevalent than ever now since the F-35s are the default stealth jet for the entire US team on every single map. Back in BF3, we only had the F-35s on 2 maps, Wake Island and Gulf of Oman. So there you go, guys. Have fun hovering around in the F-35s. Use it safely, be a dedicated driver, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.